The community of Kagiso to the west of Johannesburg was shut down earlier following a day of protests against illegal miners in the Johannesburg township. One person died during the unrest, while 2 others severely injured. Our reporter Ahmed Kajee joins us now. Ahmed, good to speak to you. Take us through the violent events of today.
Good evening, Hugo. Thanks very much. Just apologies if my picture's slightly grainy. There's load shedding in my area. But just to take you what we had experienced through today, the day actually started out with many of the community members attacking what they say was illegal miners in the particular area. And this actually took place in the form of disrupting their operations in the Salt City township as well. And wherever these traders were stationed, we had seen some of their destruction of property, destruction of their informal trading places as well. That had started out in the early parts of this morning. Our colleague Malungelo Boy had covered that. And the main concern at that particular point in time was the lack of police presence. And that was between around 7 and 10 a.m. As well. And during that time, one person had lost their life as well. Fast forward to the early afternoon, around 12 o'clock, that's when tensions seemed to increase significantly. Many of the community members speaking quite strongly around the fact that they were upset with the presence of illegal miners in the area. They say that these Zamazamas are perpetrators of violence, of crime, of rape, of murder in the area. And this obviously comes off the back of the gang rape, which we had unfortunately seen a few days back as well. And that's more or less when things really started to escalate. Many of the community members getting together actually burned a shack of a person who they say was an illegal miner. That's what we had seen around 12 or 1 o'clock or so. And that's when public order policing eventually actually started to arrive. The South African Police Services Air Wings unit was carrying out their aerial patrols. They had to use stun grenades and tear gas to disperse some of the crowds that were gathering in and around the area as well. And that's when many of the community members actually went into the field in and around the Salt City informal settlement to try finding these illegal miners as well, to bring them through to the front of the community and then hand them over to police officials as well. A big part of what we had seen, unfortunately, was obviously the use of violence. The community members saying that, police officials aren't working with them, they're working against them. And that was a major topic that they wanted to mention as well. And as we moved over onto the 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon time frame, that's when we saw tensions increasing once again. Hugo, that's when these two alleged illegal miners were brought through by this community, and they were severely beaten in the middle of the street, about 20 to 30 meters away from where a large police contingent actually was. One person beaten with sticks, with clubs, almost to the point of unconsciousness. And we had raised the question with police as to exactly what they had done and the reasons for the inaction. The acting provincial police commissioner just went on to say, their attention was diverted elsewhere. But if one had to be on the scene, there was a sufficient amount of police force to actually try, perhaps saving this person's life or saving these 2 people's lives as well. And that's when we had seen proper engagements between the community members and law enforcement officials. That took place at around 4:30 this afternoon. There was official communication then between the community and the South African Police Service. And then that's following that, from around 5 o'clock or so, there was a special task force then sent out by the South African Police Service into areas to find out the illegal miners and perhaps to even calm some of the members from the community as well. Hugo.
Ahmed Kajee, we appreciate your time and giving us that update. And that is a developing story we will continue to cover on the channel.